I certainly hoped I'd be back. And when I got the call, I mean, no one was happier and more thrilled than I was. I can't imagine not wanting to do it again, especially since I didn't win the first time, you know? I mean, the first time I played the game, it was for the adventure. I wanted the great experience, and you know, and I got that in spades. It was great. I had a great time.
You walk out of there after spending a day checking out the hospital, talking to the doctor, seeing all of this stuff face to face. I walked away a changed person. Doctor, it was a great pleasure. Thank you, guys. Pleasure was mine.
My strategy in Africa was to play the hardest game I could, just kick as much ass as I could, and it was also a game in which I was relying kind of heavily on my relationship skills.
Last night we had to do something to save our ass. Kelly was not going to be the one to do that. Someone had to act. I acted, and I'm regretting it now.
My character took on so many different faces and personalities. You know, first time on screen, I'm sure people were thinking, "Oh my God, what a freak show!" You know, look at that guy, covered with tattoos. People, you know, John Doe sitting in Nebraska's probably thinking that's the guy that pushes dope at the local junior high. But then they started seeing, oh, this guy's articulate, and this guy, you know, he's a nice guy. And so I was a nice guy for a while. And then, like everybody on the show, I had my dark times, and then I became, I think, more of kind of the supervillain that casting was probably hoping for when they brought me in.
If I think that he's in a situation where he's about to screw me over and stab me in the back, I'll cut his throat.
I think by now, after 7 seasons of Survivor, I think not only us players, but the public have also learned that it's a game. And I think oftentimes people like me that chose to go with the strategy of I'm going to play with integrity, we have to bear the slings and arrows that people throw at us. People tend to cut us down for that and say, you know, what are you thinking? This is not a game for honest people.
You know what? Let's just call a timeout.
I agree.
We have so much time to do that later.
Okay.
Let's just have a good time now. Let's win challenges when we have to win challenges, and let's just get a comfortable shelter going.
I think if anything, people are going to respect the fact that I did it that way once, and was smart enough and shrewd enough to switch up my strategy when I need to. I'm not saying that I'm going to go into this game and just jump in and I'm going to lie and cheat and deceive. I'm saying that if I need to use that, I will.
I am going to do whatever it takes to get me further in the game. And if that means exploiting situations where I have a friend that might trust me, I'll do it.
Just like anything in Survivor, I'll be flexible and versatile, and I'll dodge and parry and go with the game any way I need to as I go. And I think people watching are going to be entertained by that.
We have to build this thing extra tough. Just because we got a 250-pound shark-catching gay fisherman.
Shark wrangler.
I don't think there's a person here who doesn't want to whoop Richard Hatch's ass. If for no other reason because he's been so belligerently arrogant about, you know, his prowess in the game, and you know how he was the original and the original winner, and no one has held a candle, you know, to his skill since. The fact of the matter is, I think it was a lot easier for him the first time around.
It sets the tone for the whole game. Team is first out. We all know what it's business this time.
As far as, you know, people, personal friends I like to see out there, I'd love to see Big Tom out here. He's the one person above all I would love to play the game with.
This isn't Africa. This is All-Star.
I also understand the game, and I understand that it's really easy to play the game from your easy chair in the living room when you're watching it on TV. It's a completely different world when you're sitting there in the game and you're on location and you're trying to survive.